Pep Guardiola joined Manchester City in 2016, and since then he has successfully implemented his possession-based style of football to the point where it has revolutionised the English game. In just 4 years at the club, Guardiola has won 2 Premier League titles, an FA Cup, 3 League Cups and 2 Community Shields. Today we're going to delve into Guardiola's team and explore the different elements within his tactical setup that have made City successful. Towards the end of the video, we're also going to be looking at some training exercises that you can use to coach their principles. Let's get into it. Pep Guardiola has predominantly used the 4-3-3 in his time at City and has continued to do so throughout the 2019-20 campaign. Other formations have also been used. The 4-2-3-1 has made the occasional appearance, and in Guardiola's early City days there were variations of back 3 systems. However, 4-3-3 is City's primary formation because it is most accustomed to their tactical approach, which we'll talk more about later on. So now we know the formation, let's have a look at the squad. It took Guardiola a while to fully settle on a goalkeeper, but he finally found his man when Ederson arrived at the club. The Brazilian has established himself as one of Europe's elite goalkeepers, with great handling coupled alongside the ability to play out using his feet. You've also got the veteran Claudio Bravo as backup if needed. At right back, City have 2 great options in Kyle Walker and João Cancelo. Kyle Walker has featured more often than his Portuguese teammate, but with Cancelo starting to settle into life in the Premier League, the competition for the right back slot could really start to intensify. In the centre of defence, Guardiola has assembled himself with centre-backs who are comfortable on the ball, with the emphasis on playing out from the back and dominating possession. Aymeric Laporte and Nicolas Otamendi have been the first choice this season, but Pep also has John Stones at his disposal and has utilised Fernandinho when Laporte has been absent with injury. At left back, the ideal option would be Benjamin Mendy, but regular injuries have disrupted his City career, so Pep has utilised Alexander Zinchenko in that position, who despite not being his natural position, has done well to fill the void. Looking at defensive midfield, City have another great pair of options in Fernandinho and Rodri. Fernandinho is the more combative of the two, but Rodri boasts a wider range of passing, which complements City's build-up play better. Occasionally you might see Ilkay Gundogan in there, but he tends to rotate between defensive and attacking roles. Heading into those attacking midfield positions, now this is what really sets Manchester City apart, because they've got a variety of options who can hurt you in the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Bernardo Silva. As I mentioned before, Gundogan could also slot in there. You've also got Phil Foden in there too, so City are well stacked in this position. In terms of the front 3, it's usually Sergio Aguero who leads the line, but you've also got Gabriel Jesus who can come to that position as well, and whoever plays out of those two is usually flanked by Raheem Sterling or Riyad Mahrez, with Leroy Sané also in the mix prior to his injury. It's clear that Manchester City are loaded with talent, with world-class players in every single position. So let's get into how Guardiola sets them up from a tactical perspective. Manchester City are one of the best sides in Europe in terms of building up their play and navigating around opposition pressure. And one of the key players in this phase is the goalkeeper. Whether it's Ederson or Bravo, we often see the goalkeeper step out from his defensive line to create a diamond with his centre halves and defensive midfielder. And what this diamond does is it creates a numerical advantage against the opposition press and provides several passing lanes for City to progress up the field. A prime example of this is in their 2019 Community Shield win over Liverpool. You can see here that Bravo has stepped out to become the base of that diamond, and now City have a 4-v-3 with Liverpool's forwards. In this instance, Roberto Firmino decides to press Bravo as he stepped out with the ball, which leaves Rodri completely free, and once Bravo finds him, he has plenty of time to turn and get City going on the attack. Another good example comes in their 5-0 win over West Ham. Ederson steps out, creates the diamond, and now City have a 4v2 advantage over the West Ham strikers. This time round, Hernandez and Haller both try to cover the centre-backs, but once again this opens the lane for Ederson to play the ball through to Rodri. Having looked at these examples, we've got to touch on Rodri because he's such a key player in City's build-up phase. In the Premier League this season, Rodri averages 75 passes per game, with a success rate of 92.3%, and it's with such range and ability that the midfielder is able to dictate the tempo of Manchester City's game. With that said, deep line playmakers can be targeted. By man-marking the player, you can cut off a team's supply line and subsequently nullify their impact in the game. An example of this was in Tottenham's 3-1 victory over Chelsea in 2018, when Dele Alli man-marked Jorginho. Chelsea's build-up play revolved around Jorginho's qualities, and by marking the midfield man, Dele Alli mitigated his impact and allowed Spurs to get into the game. Once Guardiola recognised that this could become an issue for his side, he made a tactical adjustment, and this is where those famed inverted fullbacks come in. So let's cast our minds back to City's 2-2 draw with Tottenham Hotspur. You can see here that City are building up possession with Otamendi. The defender is looking to play the ball into midfield, but Rodri is being covered by Lamela. So Zinchenko drifts into midfield from his left back position and creates a 2v1 advantage for the hosts. Otamendi uses Zinchenko, who then looks for Sterling, and City are in behind. This tactical adjustment by Guardiola has multiple benefits. Not only is Zinchenko coming in to support Rodri in midfield, but he can also be used as a decoy for City to play more progressive passes up the pitch. Take that same match against Tottenham, where City have possession with Laporte. You can see Lamela is once again marking Rodri, and Zinchenko has drifted into the midfield, but this time the fullback has dragged Eriksen in with him and has created the lane for Laporte to find Sterling. Laporte seizes the opportunity, and then City progress into the final third. So that's how Manchester City build up their play when teams are sitting off and are more conservative. But what about when teams push up and start to press? In this situation, City's midfield will drop deeper in support of their defence, often just behind the first line of pressure, to pick up passes from their defenders. Let's go back to that Community Shield match against Liverpool, where City's back line is being pressed by Liverpool's front three and midfield. As City continued to pass the ball around, Liverpool pressed them back into their own area, but Kevin De Bruyne drops deep to pick it up from John Stones and then plays a first-time pass out to Kyle Walker. That small passage of play has taken 5 Liverpool players out of the equation, and now City have the numerical advantage to get forward and attack. What sets Manchester City apart is that they have multiple avenues in which they can build up possession. Whether the opposition wants to sit back against them or come out and press, Manchester City have both the spatial awareness and the quality to be able to build up their play in accordance with their own style. So now that we know how they play their way out, let's have a look at how City's formation adjusts in the attacking transition. So here is Manchester City's 4-3-3, and there's several elements which make up their attacking structure. First up, Guardiola wants his wings to stay as wide as possible. They generally stay on the touchline and use the entire width of the pitch. The striker, usually Aguero, will stay central and occupy the centre-backs. The idea behind this is to stretch the opposition defence, so as the wingers pull wide, the opposition fullbacks are forced to follow them out and cover. And with Aguero occupying the centre-backs, you can now see that gaps have emerged between the fullbacks and the centre-backs. From here, the 2 attacking midfielders will push into the half spaces and exploit those gaps in the opposition defence, so this would generally be Silva and De Bruyne. And as this happens, City's fullbacks will tuck into the midfield to replace the attacking midfielders and play as inverted fullbacks. So now, as you can see, City have created a 2-3-5 in the attacking transition, and it's the interchanging of that front 5 that allows them to score so many goals. A prime example of this is the 7th goal in their 8-0 win over Watford. Riyad Mahrez drifts wide to collect the ball. In doing so, he pulls Holebas out with him, which creates the gap in the half space. De Bruyne exploits the half space well, and Mahrez finds him with the through ball. De Bruyne then whips a fantastic ball across for Bernardo Silva, who takes a touch and finishes. Another good example is the first goal in their 4-0 win over Brighton. Zinchenko has possession and drifts into an inverted position. David Silva attacks the half space, and Zinchenko finds him with the through ball. Silva then cuts it back for De Bruyne, attacking the 6-yard area to finish. Both of these are great examples because they demonstrate City's ability to stretch defences and create space for those attacking the area in the middle. So we've seen how Manchester City play. We know they like to play the football on the ground, we see lots of short passes, and there's lots of movement to either create space or passing lanes. So with that said, let's have a look at a couple of training exercises that we can use to train these principles with our teams. So first off, we've got this passing through the thirds exercise. In terms of the setup, all you need is an area of pitch divided into thirds, which can be marked out using cones or whatever you have available to you. You'll need 9 players per setup, with 5 on the attacking team and 4 on the defending team. 2 players from each team will go into the thirds on the outside, with the remaining attacking player situated in the middle third. The exercise starts with a 2v2 in one of the outside thirds. The 2 attackers will pass between each other, looking to keep the ball away from the 2 defenders. When the opportunity arises, they will look to play the ball through the third into the central player. From here, the player will turn and look to feed it into one of the attacking players into the other third, avoiding the defenders, and the exercise repeats itself. If the defenders win the ball, then they become the attackers become the defenders, and we go from there. The aim of this exercise is for you players to anticipate where the space is, so whether that's to move to receive the ball, or to drag the defender out of the way to create a pass into the middle, and that applies for the player in the middle as well. They should be moving laterally to provide the best possible option for the pass into the middle. Another example we can use is this passing box exercise. For the setup, you need to make a big square marked out by cones or whatever you have in each corner, and then a smaller square inside the big one. You'll need 8 players per setup, with 5 of them on the attacking team and 3 on the defending team. The attacking players on the outside will pass the ball between each other and look to keep it away from the 3 defenders. And when the opportunity arises, they should play it into the mini box for that central attacking player, who for this period isn't allowed to leave that box. From there, the central attacking player passes it back to the outside and we continue from there. If the defending team in the middle can intercept the pass, they'll look to play a 3v1 in the middle, so that central player looks to win it back from the defending team. If he can manage that, he'll play the ball back out to the attacking team and then we restart the exercise from there. The aim of this exercise is to get your players thinking quickly and working on the speed of the pass. If the ball isn't moving quickly enough, the defenders are just going to have an easy time in picking off the passes. So it's all about recognising the situation, seeing who's open, and then finding them with a nice firm pass. The nature of these exercises needs to be relentless, the tempo needs to be high. So it's important that your players are on it from the get-go, ready to receive the ball, ready to move into the space, otherwise they could be prone to errors. That is going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful, then please do leave a like, and if you enjoy my content, then please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon in another video. Take care.